Guys, I just found gold. Check this out. As you guys can see, this is clean copper right here. Got some nice thickness to it. That's dirty right there, but you can clean it if you really want to. But I'm going to be talking about this right here today. So a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, wow, how did you get that? And the answer is simple, a little crazy, but at the same time, it's expected in my business. Sometimes people throw away stuff that is worth something or good. I typically don't really keep stuff unless I know I can, sell it fast or, give it to someone that needs it, stuff like that. But basically, I rented my enclosed trailer, this trailer right here. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So this is the trailer. It's a 16-footer by 7. I think the height is 6 foot. It's a big trailer. And I rented it as a dumpster for a weekend rental. I advertised my business on multiple platforms, but this customer that rented this dumpster right here found me on Facebook. Very cool guy. He's actually in the area, owns multiple businesses, so we're going to be able to connect. Well, we already connected. He gave me another job that's junk removal, which is my biggest part of my business. As you see, junk removal and demolition. But I also do right now dumpsters too. So basically, I offered him this dumpster instead of one of my dump trailers because this is enclosed and we were having very high winds and it was rainy that weekend. So I just wanted them to have a different option as well, because enclosed trailer has doors in the back, has a roof on top, nothing's gonna fly out. So they're in a nice neighborhood. Last thing I want is for them to go to their neighbor's yard and pick out trash that flew out or something like that. So, and plus, a big perk, it's easier to load than a dump trailer because it's lower to the ground. So I'm sure he probably loaded it with his wife. Don't quote me on it because I don't know for sure. But if he did, if you're a lady, it's easier to use something like this than to jump up onto a bigger trailer. Excuse all the background noise. My dog is out here with me and he's running around like crazy. He's got the zoomies and he keeps bringing me his ball. He wants me to throw it for him. He's back again. He's fast with it. The reason I'm making this video is basically to help anyone that's in the business, looking to get into the business. This copper right here actually holds quite a bit of value compared to scrap metal. Yeah, you're not going to get rich off of it or make a ton of money, but if it helps offset your dump fees or fuel costs, I want to share it so you guys that aren't aware of that will know. Full disclosure, I do recycle metal like regular metal, but not on a high scale like some other guys. I just do it whatever people throw away in my dumpsters and stuff, or I remove from jobs. If the pile's big enough, I'll take it after the job. If not, and I have an extra trailer, I'll leave it in that trailer. That way I don't pay to dump it at the dump, because you can recycle it for free depending on your area. Some areas even pay for it. So yeah, keep that in mind. Do your research, guys. Just so you guys know, though, I don't dig through my dumpsters. The reason I found this was because it was loaded all the way to the front of the trailer. Once I was tossing out boxes and bags, whatever, I found some giant copper pipes that caught my attention. That's how I found them. But typically, if I'm with the dump trailer, I'll lift it up. If I don't see anything like metal, I just leave it. It's not my business. I'm not going to sit there and open bags and look through my customers' stuff because, like I said, that's not my business. My business is to basically bring the dumpster, park it in a safe spot, come haul it away, and then go dispose of this junk properly. That's my business, Also, in Georgia, basically whenever someone puts something in your dumpster, it's your personal property. So it's very important to take payment before you drop off a dumpster, because guess what? Technically, if you leave this trailer on their driveway or whatever, their property, and they fill it up with trash before you took payment, they don't have to pay you, because guess what? You put the trailer there, they put the trash in there, but whatever trash is in there, it's your personal property now. So keep that in mind. I charge before I drop off my trailer, because that way I'm covered. I make exceptions, like this guy right here. I didn't charge him until after because I fully trust him. Like, it depends. Like, if I trust the customer 100%, I'm not going to charge up front unless they say, hey, do you take payment now? I would say yes. But if they don't say anything, and I don't mind waiting until whatever, this was a 3-day rental, I could get paid after, in 3 days, stuff like that. So make sure you keep that in mind. I don't know about your state, but check. But I know Georgia is like that. The reason I'm telling you guys to be careful is because I know people that have actually gotten in trouble by the law. You could get fined by the city because customers would fill up their dumpsters, not pay, and they're tired of their waiting on payment, so they would just go dump up the bed. I'll show you guys. Basically, it's simple. Press a button, the thing lifts up. Put it back down. So since it lifts so easy, customers not paying, they don't want to pay the dump fee because sometimes it costs hundreds of dollars to dump this loads with the dump trailer. So they would just dump it back on the property, and then the people that rented it would just call the cops and say, hey, this company dumped on my property, then the company would get in trouble. Back to the point of the video, let's talk about copper. Copper is one of the most precious metals. They pay the most for it when you recycle it. So if you have copper, don't just throw it at the dump. Make a pile, save it up, and take it, and you could probably get a couple $100 if you have a decent pile. If you have a little bit, you'll get a little bit of money, but it pays a lot better than regular metal. Like, it depends on your scrapyard. They could pay $1, $2, $3, whatever. Not sure, depending on your area. But metal pays really cheap. It pays about $5 for 100 pounds, which is not a lot. Most of the time, you end up actually not making anything or breaking even, sometimes even losing money if you have a small amount of metal that you recycle. By a small amount, I mean like a refrigerator, washer range. I had like 2 refrigerators I dumped one time, and I only got like $12. It was definitely not worth the trip to the scrapyard. But for me, at the same time, I don't really care about the money I'm making out of the scrapyard. What I care about is it gives me another opportunity to advertise my business since I have the wrap on my trailer. People can see me driving down the road, take a picture, stuff like that. I actually got quite a bit of jobs from people recognizing me from my wraps. So for me, I don't look at the money. I look at that I'm being environmental friendly, I'm recycling, and I'm advertising my business for less because, yeah, you're not making much, but it also helps cover the fuel you're spending and, some wear and tear. So in my book, it's worth it. But that's basically why a lot of people don't recycle. It costs money to recycle, and time, and people just don't want to deal with it. Like, if you don't have a truck to take it to the scrapper and you have to rent one, you're definitely losing money. So that's why a lot of people won't recycle. They'll just put it on the curb. Scrappers will come by. There's people that do this stuff for free. So, they don't make much money, but at the end of the day, if they can feed their family and put some food on the table, they'll do it. I can't afford to, pick it up for free because after fuel and wear and tear on my equipment, I'm actually losing money. But those guys that have old trucks, that are gas trucks, mine's a diesel, eats a lot more than those. They'll go pick them up, make $50 a day, $100 a day. For them, it works. But for me, I can't afford to do it for that cheap. So that's why I charge. And sometimes I get it for free and I'll recycle it, stuff like that. You guys have to keep in mind that not every neighborhood is allowed to put stuff on the curb. Like, I don't even think anybody really is allowed, but nobody's gonna care if you're in a, you don't have an HOA. If you have an HOA, they will fine you probably if you leave stuff on the curb. So that's another reason why those people don't want to recycle, because they can't haul it, they can't put it on the curb for someone to pick it up. So they'll rent a dumpster and just throw it in there and call it a day. Especially if you're in a gated community, scrappers can't even get there because they don't have a code. If someone hires me, they'll give me the code to get in, so I'm able to, but a lot of people can't. So if you're a small business, make sure if you do get this type of metal in your dumpster, do not throw it away because it's hard to get. So that's why it's very expensive. I also have another pile of it that I'm making. I'll show you guys. Not much. I got some copper in here, obviously some aluminum, but I'm just gonna save it, and once I get a bigger pile, I'm just gonna go recycle it. And I know a lot of you guys are probably over here sitting behind the screen and laughing at me for renting out an enclosed trailer, but they're underrated. This is the trailer I started with before I even got dump trailer or anything like that. That was my second business purchase. The first one was the truck, the second one was the enclosed trailer. So it can get the job done. Obviously it's not as efficient as a dump trailer. Like, if you don't want to rent this out for someone that's doing construction, they're putting drywall, you know, nails, roofing, all that, you want to rent out your dump trailer, because you press a button and you leave. Compared to this, you're going to spend a lot of time cleaning it out. So, you know, it works. Do I recommend it for big projects like construction and all that? No. But does it work for residential stuff? Good. Yes, actually works probably even better than a dump trailer, because like I said, it's low to the ground, easier for the customers to load it. So that's a big perk. Comment down below, what's the most amount of metal someone has threw in your dumpster on a rental? Have you found copper before or not? This was the first time someone actually threw copper at almost 2 years in business. So, you know, it's a rare thing, but it does happen. Clearly happened to me. If it happens once, it'll probably happen again. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.